G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of U-Boat on board U-606. It's the 22nd of September 1944 and U-606 is departing Norway at 4:30 AM. So the BDU has issued us with the task of transporting a spy towards Portsmouth Harbour. So we will be infiltrating through the English Channel, which should be quite an interesting time as we are at very late stages of the war. Can't imagine it's going to be an easy task for us to get in and out, especially undetected. We do have the option to do it at night, but it just depends how it goes with getting there and time frames. We don't want to be sitting dead in the water if it's daylight. We'll just go in if we have to, but best of luck to us with that. So we have a look at the map here. We can see that our target area is right in the middle of the south of the UK, and we have not very much water to play around with. You can see that the Allies are well on their way into France, actually into Belgium as well. Port of La Rochelle, we have had the option to move there, but I don't know if we'd actually be able to do that when it's under the Allied control. So we're going to come into the English Channel, we'll try and sneak in, drop our guy off, and there should be quite a lot of enemy ships patrolling the area, and then I suppose after that we're going to have to go out and hunt down some ships and try and sink something. Well, here we are, we're well into the English Channel now. There's plenty of enemy ships in the area, as you can see. It's a little bit dodgy, especially as we're doing this at midday, kind of. So we're kind of a sitting duck. Hopefully we can get to sneak past a lot of these guys, and we should still be able to get in undetected, but there's a lot of enemy ships in this area. Well, so far so good. We've managed to evade enemy patrols as of now, but there is still plenty around to be worried about. But we are closing in on the drop zone. So we'll get our guy in, hopefully nice and safe. We'll drop him off, and then we'll have to try and get ourselves out again without too much of a conflict. It won't take much for us to get sunk out here if we do get spotted, so we've got to be really careful. So we're just going to zip in as quickly as possible, get rid of this guy and get ourselves back out, and then we're kind of free to start making some noise and get some torpedoes off if we have to. Okay, the spy's dropped off, so now we have to leave the area and report to HQ, which I'm fully expecting them to come back with a counter message saying that we have to destroy something or cause a distraction actually in Portsmouth Harbour itself. So the guy's just landed on the beach, now he's going to make his way around on land. So we'll see what they got to say about that. Oh, we sent our messages away, and now it looks like we got a counter message, just as I was suspecting, from BDU. So we'll get this guy here to decipher that. Pretty dodgy time and place to be deciphering radio messages. There's plenty of enemy ships in the area that can intercept what we're up to, but hopefully they're chilling out at the moment, not really worried about what we're doing. Although I would say the chances of that are quite unlikely. So 100% there. Okay, so our spy has communicated that the target in Portsmouth is heavily guarded. So it wants us to create a diversion or to draw the port defences away. So that basically means get spotted or go and blow up an enemy ship. So I guess we're going to have to move in and try and destroy something. Well, we're just coming into Portsmouth Harbour here, and there's a little bit to be worried about. Quite a bit of coastal defences around, and I would say that there must be the game mission completed. I was hoping we didn't have to come in and shoot something, but I would have done it either way. So that makes our job a little bit easier. I suppose we can just do a U-turn now, get ourselves out of here. Damage? So I've got damage. Oh, no way. I forgot to dive myself back down to periscope depth after dropping off the spy. That's Not cool. Hopefully we're not going to take any more damage than that, but we need to get moving ASAP. So we need our guys. They're already fixing the leaks. That's good. Hopefully it's just these two, and hopefully we're on the move. The rest of the boat looks to be pretty decent. Yeah, these guys need to get this fixed, and we need to get underwater ASAP, otherwise we're done for here. It's not going to be too good for us.
Sehr wohl, Herr Kaloi.
That other guy looks like he's doing all good. We've got to get moving. There's going to be plenty of ships coming our way. If they've already spotted us, then I imagine they're closing in. Yeah, they are closing in hard and fast. Yeah, we need to get down, get the hell out of here as quickly as possible. We might need to chuck a decoy or two out as well, just to make sure. I think we'll go electric engines just to try and keep ourselves quiet. That's good, they're going the wrong way. I don't know how they lost us, but we'll take it. We've got a guy doing a U-turn here, that's not cool. Make sure he stays away from us. We don't want to be tangling with... We don't want no depth charges out here. We've got nowhere to run, and we can't dive very deep at all. It looks like we might have given them a slip. Let's see what he is, and we might be able to sneak a torpedo away, which will give us a helping hand to get out of here before the rest of them come running. So it's just one of those little fast crafts. Pretty sure these guys carry depth charges, so we do want to get rid of it. Definitely don't want to be trying to avoid depth charges in these waters. So there it is, it's an MTB. Recognize that. And we'll go full solution. I've got a T5 in tube number 5, which is perfect right now for what we want. But we do need to work out his angle of direction of travel, whatever you want to call it. So we'll just use our protractor here, draw that from the north-south line and the direction that he is heading, and he looks like he's doing 74 degrees, so we'll chuck that into our little computer. Pretty choppy waters here by the look of it. Good day for a torpedo attack, I hope. So 74 degrees, distance, don't know how accurate this is going to be, but we'll just chuck it in there. And speed's not going to be easy to get either. He is zooming. I'm not sure if he's actually going fast, but we'll get tube 5 flooding. T5, so it doesn't have to be too accurate. It should home in on it, and we'll fire that. Devastating torpedo. I imagine it would be. It's not a big boat, I suppose, but he is on his way down, and you can see, yeah, not deep at all, already on the seabed, so lucky we didn't have to deal with that. Wow, we're well away from the English Channel now, and I'm thinking we should head over towards the last stand. We can start tallying up, of course, unless we get interrupted by a large convoy of ships, which we would love to go and investigate and see what we can take away from this. And they look like they're heading towards the UK, so we'll get in there, start plotting the course. And another group, that's fantastic. Heaps for the taking out here. Good find. And another group. We've got plenty to choose from, but I think we'll start with the original one. May as well. So let's figure out what their angle of travel is, so we can plot the solution as soon as we find them in the periscope. 74 degrees. Not too bad. So we'll just catch up and we'll get some eyes on the convoy, and hopefully we can pick some of this apart. I don't know if we'll get all 3 convoys, but we'll take out what we can for sure. And here's the Empire. We just want to double check the speed here. We sussed out the solution before, but 8 knots is I always question that if I see a convoy, because 7 knots is normally the standard speed. So I do just want to double check to see what she's doing. She may well be doing 8 knots and all good, but definitely worth double checking, because I don't want to be missing. We don't have enough torpedoes to miss, seeing as I didn't fully stock myself at the port before. As you can see, we got 1 missing in Bay 5 because I only loaded 1 T5 on this trip. So Tube 4 will fire that away. Los! Good, a nice solid hit there on the Empire, right in the middle. Big fire on board as well. Good news for us. Hopefully this will be enough. Yeah, look, devastating damage. Hopefully enough to put her down to the bottom. Certainly going to scare off the rest of the convoy, which is going to mean that we need to dive down, stalk our prey again, and then we'll poke our periscope up a little bit further down. And it looks like the front end might have fallen off that boat there, which is certainly good news. Yep, so we will dive down, let the convoy come back to a steady pace, and then we'll come in for another attack shortly. So we're back with the convoy. They've kind of split themselves up a little bit, which is good. Makes it easy pickings for us. And we got a Liberty here. Definitely want to take this down. It's all about registering tonnage. We don't have to on this particular mission. We've already completed the mission, but I do like to take some names with me. It wouldn't just be good to come out and drop a guy off at port and then head back and call that an episode. It'll be a bit boring, so we'll certainly try and pick off a few ships here. And this one's gonna be pretty good for us. So we'll just double check the speed. 7 knots, just to be sure that they've all calmed down since our previous attack. In front of the boat there. And back of the boat through the crosshairs. Stop the clock. She has not slowed down yet. So
Rohr 4,
torpedoes, but I don't think we're going to keep that speed. I'm going to reduce it, because she will reduce it by herself. And hopefully the torpedoes make it there before she slows right down to 7.
Los!
10 Sekunden bis Einschlag.
Got 1 good solid hit there on this Liberty cargo. Got a good fire on board. Damage looks to be not the best. Doesn't look like we got our second torpedo. Maybe she was doing 10 knots, or maybe my other torpedo went out in front and got a miss. Not too sure. But we'll sit here and watch. The damage is going down a little bit more. But we'll sit here and watch. Hopefully she'll go down by herself. If not, maybe we'll just do a quick solution and try and get another torpedo into it. And if it looks like she's going to be hanging on by a limb, maybe we'll get the deck gun up and just try and pump a few holes into her. Yeah, it's not looking too good for this Liberty. Huge damage, and flooding now is just, that's all we need. Keep that fire going and flooding. So it looks like we need to dive down, and we'll see what else there is left of the convoy. Still a few ships out there, we just got to find them and take out the easy targets. So we'll let them calm down and we'll go hunting again. I'm liking the way the convoy is at the moment. They're not grouped up together, and little NA1 over here is quite defenseless, so good taking, easy money. Don't really want to be going after the destroyers. It's all about getting as much tonnage as possible. These NA1s aren't that valuable, but they're good enough, you know. So we'll fire one torpedo at that. Hopefully we'll get a good hit, and that should be a quick and easy job for us. So tube 2, fire.
Los!
Good solid hit on the NA1. Nice fire, and looks like that she made quick work of that. She's going straight down to the bottom. And there's a ship there in the distance. I think that might be the next target, but might need to just let them chill out and we'll just do the usual duck and dive and come back to them when they kind of calm down a little bit. So we'll keep chasing. Alright, we're back up with the convoy. Got an Empire here in sight. We're on the opposite side of what they were before because that's where the majority of the ships are. So we've gone underneath this guy and popped up on the other side. Make it easier for the next attacks because this convoy, it's kind of just separated itself, and we want to give ourselves good opportunities to get into the next one. So we'll just double check everything. Well within range. I'd say she's doing 7 knots. She's had plenty of time, but maybe I should double check. Nah, she's just cruising.
Rohr 1,
One
bewässern!
torpedo. Hopefully it's going to be enough again. Sometimes they take 2, hopefully not though. Tube number 1, we'll fire that away now.
Los!
Another good strike there with the torpedo. A little bit lousy on the camera work, but I was trying to organise some other stuff on the map. Damage isn't looking too bad. Hopefully this fire is going to keep raging, which will inflict a little bit more damage and start the flooding. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully it's enough. Don't want to have to come back. I don't want to shoot a second torpedo. I want to get into the bulk of these other enemy ships. So we'll just let her... the fire's gone out. I think we might leave her be and we'll come back and visit her again. Well, we are back. We have another ship in sight here. So let's have a look. We have another Empire by the looks of it. Pretty much the same solution as before. I think I should double check the speed just to be sure that they aren't still freaking out from the previous attack. So we'll just have a look at that now. And we'll let the back of the boat come through the crosshair. Stop the clock. Yep, still doing 7. So that's good. 1 torpedo, I think.
Rohr 1,
Hopefully
bewässern!
1's enough this time. Tube 1 again. Don't really want to have to keep coming back to finish off these little lousy empires. There we go, another good strike with the torpedo. Not a bad success rate today. Raging fire on board on this one, so hopefully this one's gonna go better than the last. Would be nice if she just helped us out and went down all by herself. We don't want to be cruising around with the deck gun out. There's plenty more out here for us to try and sink. Yeah, devastating damage. Just need to wait for her to take some water on. And she'll go down all by herself, I hope. Well, we're picking them apart slowly but surely, and we got ourselves another nice big boat here. I think this is a Liberty cargo, which is good for us. There's a lot of tonnage in these. Not that it matters, but it's just good to sink something that weighs a lot. So double check the speed. We have been disrupting the convoy quite a lot, so let's just double check. And is she doing 7 knots yet, or is she's doing 9? I think we'll slow her down to 8 just in case.
Bewässern.
Won't be too long before she's
Bewässern.
at 8 or 7 anyway. So we'll definitely be sending 2 torpedoes, tubes 2 and 3, far away. Good hits there on that Liberty. Quite impressed with my strike rate, but it's not too difficult once you get used to it. I've played enough of the game to know how it works, and sometimes I do miss or get a dud, but it's all going quite well today. See the searchlights are on in the background there. That means the enemy ships are definitely aware of what just happened. Liberty half damage increasing. Pretty happy with that. We'll get our guy resting, and I think it might be time for us to move away from these convoys and maybe retreat back to port. But yeah, she looks like she's going down, which is cool for us. Oh, contact lost. It's probably because I took the guy off the hydrophone. Never mind, the ship went down anyway, so we will just tidy up the map here. There is still quite a bit going on, but we are very low on torpedoes, so I don't know if we're going to need to stick around and try and do any more. Well, we're back at port now. Just a short trip, maybe 2 weeks away at sea. Not a bad result, to be honest. Dropped a spy off in Portsmouth. Sunk a few ships, even though we didn't have to. Alexander gets himself a medal. We are yet to gain our next medal. And here's the ships that we've sunk. Not too bad. Kind of felt like we sunk more than 5. We didn't sink that one Empire actually. I didn't go back to finish that off with the deck gun. Well, that pretty much concludes this episode, guys, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. If you did, leave a thumbs up, a comment. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, maybe subscribe already. Get that done. That helps us out, trying to grow the channel a bit. And stay tuned for the next episode. Hopefully it's not too far away. Thanks for watching.